You feel like you're living the same day over and over and over again. You feel like there's got to be more to life than waking up, tolerating your job, coming home, scrolling on your phone, going to bed tired, living for the weekends. There's got to be more, right? Well, maybe it's time to blow up your life. I mean, maybe you even have a good life. Maybe you've got a good job, you've got a great family situation, but you're just feeling like, man, something feels like it's missing. Something feels like it's off. It feels like there's more. You're haunted by what's possible. So I've blown up my life a couple of times. Every once in a while, you just get into a rut and it just feels like you're not going anywhere, and it's almost easier to do a big change than it is to do a small change. I live in San Diego, California. I used to live in Spokane, Washington. But that came from a choice. People ask me, well, what brought you to San Diego? It was a choice. It was just a choice. I got tired of living in Spokane. I got tired of the life that I was living. I was haunted by my potential. I believed that there could be more. And I'm in that place again. I've been here for 8 years now. And a lot of life has just become routine and rhythms. And about 2 years ago, I stepped out of a job, and I promise you, life has gotten significantly harder. I've gone through some very difficult things over the last couple of years, mostly internally, as I've questioned and challenged. I ran into this guy at the place that I worked not too long ago, and he told me that one of his mentors told him, never stay at a job more than 18 months. Now that is way faster than I have ever gone, but he just said that's his mentor told him that's the way to level up, is you just don't stay in the same rut for long enough. And you will typically level up faster if you are moving from one thing to another than if you are staying in the same thing and trying to climb it. When I have blown up my life, those are the times when I've taken the biggest giant leaps forward. I've been able to make big changes, big positive changes in my life. What does it mean to blow up your life? For you, it might mean leaving a job. It might mean moving to a new city. It might be starting a YouTube channel nobody asked for. Here's the thing you have to get real with, though. You have to be ready for the worst case scenario. Here's the thing, odds of the worst case scenario actually happening are slim to none. But think through, what is the worst case scenario? And then compare it, right? Even if everything falls apart, even if everything breaks, it's still better than not living at all. It's still better than just doing the same thing over and over and over again for your entire life. Here's an example of that. When I moved to San Diego, we decided as a family that we were going to move to San Diego. And I began to look through what were the worst case possibilities. And really worst case for us was, well, we could wind up being homeless in San Diego. We could live in our car, but we don't have any substance abuse issues and things like that. We have a good family support system back home. So worst case scenario is we commit to a year and we spend that year possibly being homeless in San Diego. That's worst case scenario. And if after a year we can't get on our feet, we can't make things work out, then we just go back to the rut that we were part of. And we knew we could get back to that same rut again. So it really is embracing that idea of the worst case scenario. But the crazy thing that happened was the worst case scenario didn't happen. As a matter of fact, I got the best job I ever had. I had that job for 6 years. I was around great people, made some new great friends, discovered a new city that I like way better. So even though I embraced the worst case scenario, my experience was really best case scenario. It was significantly better than the other version of life that I was living. Embrace the worst and possibly get something better. I don't know what you need. Maybe you need permission to be able to blow up your life. Maybe you're looking for a way out of the rut that you're currently in. And I just want to speak to you today. I just want to tell you, listen, I promise you this, the potential of what your life is offering you is way beyond what you're currently doing, what you're currently receiving. And so I encourage you to take a step, take a giant leap. Don't dabble your way into it. Sometimes the only way out of the rut is a giant leap. The only way to get out of what's broken is to break it and try something new and embrace the worst case. So if you're on this journey with me and you're trying to figure it all out with me, hey, I'm in a new season of this, a fresh start, wanting to completely start over. What's my current situation? Well, I'm doing it again. I stepped out a long time ago and I'm doing it again. I'm basically starting over. I've walked away from the career that I've spent the last 30 years doing. I'm now working a retail job with 20-year-olds, and it's fun, doesn't quite pay the bills, but we're starting fresh. We blew it up, we're starting again. I'm excited to see where this takes us.